Hey, Craig here. So, on the first set of dies, I've decided I'm going to use a regular 3/8 end mill. I'm going to be doing the feeds and speeds on this, alright? So a little while ago, my local supplier turned me on to the YG1 Alu Power. This is a 3/8 3-flute end mill with a 1-inch length of cut. It's not coated, but it has a high polish finish to it. You can see there. And I've been having a lot of luck with it. Not nearly as much chip welding. And, you know, it just kind of sheds the aluminum really well with that polished finish. So I went online and I got the feeds and speeds on this from the manufacturer. I'm going to be running this at 8,000 RPM, 99 inches a minute. It also gives you the engagement on the 3/8. On the depth of cut, it's basically 1x, so basically 3/8 depth of cut. And on the width of cut, looks like a maximum of a quarter of the diameter. So about 90 thousandths. I've already figured up some various feeds and speeds that I'm going to test on this to see how much MMR, how much material removal I can get out of this end mill. I'm going to start off with 60 thousandths, which is an MMR of 2.23, horsepower of 0.43, and of course the surface feet per minute and chip load there. So, alright, so we'll start with the first cut. So I've modeled up a fictional part in Fusion 360 using the adaptive clearing strategy, which is the strategy I'm going to be using for the dies. So okay, well that cut like butter. There wasn't a single hint of slowdown or anything, no noise or anything. So, right, I'm going to move on to the next one, which is 70 thousandths width of cut. Alright, well that sounded about the same. No slowdown at all, just cutting like butter. So I'm going to move on to the next one, which is 80 thousandths width of cut, which is around 3 mmR, 0.57 horsepower. Okay, well it may have been slowing down a hair there. It's kind of hard to tell because it's not engaging for a long period of time. If I was contouring around a part, you might hear it better. But all right, well I'm going to go on to 90 thousandths width of cut and see how it does. 90 thousandths will be 3.34 mmR with a horsepower of 0.64. Alright, well that was pretty darn quick actually. You can definitely hear that the spindle was bogging down a little bit, so I don't know, I think probably 80 thousandths width of cut would probably be a better way to go, especially on larger parts where it's going to be engaged for a longer period of time. Okay, so what is my takeaway from all of this, other than the fact now I have two-letter I's? Basically, I think a regular end mill is actually a viable roughing tool. You know, I thought I had to have some kind of roughing end mill to do any kind of, you know, real roughing, but as you can see, I got over 3 mmR on this. Around 3 would probably be a better way to go, but and the other takeaway on this is that you know, follow the manufacturer's recommendations of feeds and speeds. You know, obviously not everybody can follow these because of the RPM. You know, you might not have a mill that can go up to 8,000 RPM, but you know, get as close as you can to. You'll have to back off the feed. I was running at what is a 4,000 chip, so you'd have to adjust your feedback based on your mill's capacity. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a viable way to do material removal. You know, I am going to. I already ordered a 25 millimeters, like a 1-inch indexable end mill. Just because I figure it's going to be cheaper and I'm going to be able to remove more material for a lower price with how cheap the inserts are. So, but actually this is fairly reasonable. I got these for like 20 bucks a piece on eBay. So, you know, that beats whatever, $60-$80 for a roughing end mill. So I don't think I really need to use a roughing end. There's certain circumstances in steel that, you know, I have this one steel roughing end mill that, you know, nothing can really compare to, you know, when trying to remove a lot of steel. But, you know, I'll have to do some other tests on other end mills, so there's just a lot of vibration with a regular end mill, and this low vibration roughing end mill, I think this is actually YG1 also. Well, if you have any ideas of other videos you'd like to see me do in the future, feel free to leave them down below. I've actually had some requests to do some videos on the doors for the enclosure. I'm actually still waiting for the parts from 8020 for that, so I'll be doing that in the future. Alright, well, if you like this video, I'd appreciate the thumbs up. If you have any comments or recommendations or suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. If you'd like to subscribe, there should be a button over here someplace. Other videos you might like to watch down below. And as always, thanks for watching.